What a week. Not even a week, what a month it's been. Look at this. From 40k at the start of the month, we made some decent trades, got up to 180, lost a bunch, came back down to 60. And this past week, we've been on absolute fire. And it's because we've been shorting, because I'm not a fanny, and I'm not scared to say what I think. And that means that we get less views on the channel, because I'm not going to toe the line. I'm just here to make money at the end of the day. And I'm also absolutely knackered because another day at the track, we're at Spa at the moment, and the price of Bitcoin is doing what it's doing. It's a weekend, which means naturally you don't get the same kind of price action on the weekend that you do on a weekday, which means you're nice stagnating over the weekend. But what does this look like to you? You tell me in the comment section below. Is this looking bullish to you? Because I don't think this looks bullish to me at all. And everything that we're seeing in the news is not very bullish. Like, we'll start off with the news. Kroger shares are rising as grocer says that shoppers seek lower prices. This Kroger is kind of like America's Waitrose, Tesco, that kind of thing. I think it's like a slightly higher end supermarket, but not like super high end. Like Sainsbury's maybe. Anyway, Kroger, they're doing well because they're doing offers. If you're seeing people that are making discounted prices, making more money, that's not a sign that retail and normal people are in a healthy financial situation, because they're not shopping at the more luxury end of the market. They're shopping bang in the middle of the road or at the discount end of the market. The other thing to consider would be how the regime change in this place could affect global oil prices negatively, because less oil supply. Iran basically supplies a lot of illegal oil to China. So basically, I don't know if you ever watched it. If you type it in on YouTube and you type in Iran illegal oil China, there'll be a documentary that pops up, and it basically shows you that the FPSOs that ship out oil from Iran, they take it on a boat off the coast of Iran. They then do an illegal oil transfer to a Chinese boat, and then the Chinese drive it back into China. That'll come to an end because of this that's happening, which will push up global oil prices, causing inflation. If oil prices go up, transport goes up, food prices go up, everything goes up. This is also another piece of news, which is more bad news. Israel saying that it's done something naughty that I'm not going to read out. And then Iranian, you get the point. There's not a lot of good news. And that generally means there's only one piece of good news, which is on the 30th of July, which is my birthday. There's a 10% chance of a rate reduction, which would spike the prices in the market. But that's it. That'll probably drop to 1% over the span of the next month or so. And to be honest, I think our bearish summer is finally upon us. Sell in May and go away. I've been saying it for a long time now. May was the time to sell. I cashed out at most of my portfolio around $109,000 Bitcoin. If it goes much above that, look, I'll drop it back in again, because we'll probably run up to 130 if we start going above 109. But I am predominantly a bear, and I will continue to be predominantly a bear. And yesterday's title rubbed so many people the wrong way. But if you actually watch the video, the content of the video is me saying, I think the prices are going to go down. I'm holding a bunch of short positions. Just be aware that we might go boop and then drop. We went boop and then we dropped. So I got it bang on again. We're on fire at the moment. And I just think having a bit more of a realistic outlook on the market is paying the bills. It's doing really well for me. You should just listen to what I do. We're doing great. We've still got more profits to be taking in these trades. Still got a small Bitcoin short position, a small Ethereum short position, a small Solana short position, all of which are doing pretty good. So that's nice. And the question is, at what point, because we're still probably going to loop back around. We'll probably come all the way back up to maybe 105 one more time. And then it'll be a case of shorting it to the downside. So what are we looking at in terms of Bitcoin on the shorter term time frame? Well, rather, we'll start off on the higher time frames and then work our way down to the lower time frame stuff. And by the way, if you haven't already, drop a like on this video. Very important that you do that, because it makes my videos go into the algorithm. We don't get enough likes, so do drop a like on it. I'd really appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Jordan. This is TMG Trades. I think that, to be honest, I'm probably the best guy on YouTube at the moment, because I'm the only guy that'll just tell you what I actually think. I'm just going to toss some random nonsense line from views. Anyway, I should really do that because it'd be good for business. Anyway, yeah, $103,482 is the current price, and this is where we're at the moment. I'm going to draw the kind of support level down here, a resistance level at the top, somewhere around there. So this is kind of our larger trading range. Within that larger trading range, you also have some more kind of ranges. So you got your range up there, which is a break of this level here. We talked about this before. A break of kind of 106,500 would yield the top of the range, and a break of this level, which we are currently at, would be a break to the lower end of the range, which would be all the way down here. We could draw also a level of support here. So you kind of got two levels of which we're probably going to break into this range, which goes as low as 102,500, and a loss of 102,500 takes us down to 100k. A loss of 100k would be an absolute giga nuke all the way down to like the mid 80s. And if we cross-reference that with what's going on the Bitcoin liquidation heat map at the moment, it would be my guess that, or educated guess, that, come on, monthly, I want the big ranges here. Here we go. So you got a big level up here. That looks tempting. You're going to see a lot of people going, oh, it'll go up here to liquidate everybody. That is a trap. That's not real. That doesn't exist. We might get close. We could get back up to 108, no problem, because that would be the top of this range. So we can come back up to the top of the range, no problem. If we crack the top, we'll come back up, test that, and then drop again. Like, there's no scenario that I see, really, with everything that's going on in the world, that this summer we go above $110,000 or $111,000. I could be entirely wrong, though, and I really hope I am wrong. However, overall, this range is down here is looking more attractive to me. And if we go over to the 6-month chart, I really do wonder where that liquidity has built up on the 6-month chart to show where everyone's going to get liquidated. So you can see massive liquidations down here at $100,000, massive liquidations down here at 90k, and everyone will be looking up here going, well, all the short positions will get liquidated, but you forget there's a lot more money underneath that'll lose than will lose on top. And generally, remember, like 87.5% of new traders, or rather all traders, do not make money. So take that statistic into account. The more popular side of the trade is generally the wrong side of the trade, and currently the more popular side of the trade is is more long. But then when you look on hyperliquid, which is where kind of the big money's at, 27% of people are long and 73% of people are short. People are finally starting to listen to me here and starting to come on board with the short theory. So let's drop down onto the lower time frames. Now we've driven our high time frames levels of support. In terms of the lower time frames at the moment, I want to go down to the 15. The other ones are a little bit too small. We've got a very clear level around here. We didn't manage to get up to it the other day. We got rejected at this level, which is pretty good news for the shorts on the bears. And basically, it's more of the same. We'll probably, I'd imagine, crack that. That's going to be the next level. We'll probably come back up and retest it. So if you're not in a short position right now, the first point of which you would place your first kind of entry on your short position will be around this level here, around $104,166. If we continue to break up above that level, then you're looking for the next ranges up here, kind of around $106,000 to average your trade down. And then the other point would be if we start smashing through these levels of support. I wouldn't be going short on a weekend, expecting a big move on a weekend. It can happen. It's just more rare to get the big move on a weekend. I'd be looking to start to build into a position right now. And of course, if you are interested in trading, check out BYBIT. You'll find a link for it in today's video description. If you use BYBIT and the link in the video description, then you can use it in anywhere that's not the UK, Europe, and the US. There's some European countries that are allowed, but most of them... No, to be honest, I think most of the European countries are allowed. So if your ID is from there, you can use BYBIT. If not, check out Blowfin. Blowfin will accept anybody. Just use a VPN. You'll also find a VPN link down below. It's like £5 a year or something. I can't remember how much it is. But ExpressVPN, I've been using it for years. It's the only VPN that I use. I also apologize for the slightly I seem tired. I know I'm tired. It's been a long week. Anyway, yeah, we're doing I'm just very happy with how things are going. If we look at Ethereum, very similar story to what Bitcoin does. However, Ethereum has got more downside, in my opinion, than what Bitcoin does. And I believe, and we've been expecting this for a while, at least a retest of this white line is likely. So at least 2,200, currently 2,400. We've dropped all the way down from 2,800 and we've been shorting the whole time. And we've made so much money from shorting it. Like it has been, bear in mind, we've made some withdrawals during this period of time as well. So that number would be higher if I hadn't pulled out some money. But I have to pay bills every now and again. And yeah, basically, it has been quite the journey this past month. And there's no way you can fake this. Like I refresh it, you can see it's actually my account here. This is actually real. When we go over to the 30-day chart, it loads up. Bosh. It's legit. Anyway, yeah, overall, it's been an interesting period of time in crypto. Again, altcoins are just still not the one. We talked about it the other day, like the altcoin market. Do you buy? Prices are low, but when prices are low for a reason, you don't buy. And the reason is that retail has no money, and retail is the end user of a lot of these products. And if retail can't afford to use the products are not revenue generating, and the businesses aren't making money. So therefore, it's just becoming antiquated technology, and the world is moving on. And that's my concern with altcoins, because the technology moves so fast that a lot of these things get outpaced and become irrelevant. And that's why I've sold a large portion of my portfolio. So you do what you want to do. I like playing in memes. Like if we're talking about numbers going up, I play in memes. And you'll occasionally see me tweet about some memes, like really small cap stuff. Because it's way more fun to play in the small cap meme space than it can be to be betting on random coins like Sandbox and expecting a bull market to make you rich, when in reality most of these things do spend most of the time going down. So it's just like one of them things to be aware of, that if it were good technology, it wouldn't come down every time it went up, and there's only so many more times it can go up before nobody cares anymore. So it's a difficult game. Do you buy altcoins or not? For me, they're cheap. They are so cheap. I think it's one of them things where if you've got a portfolio of like maybe $10,000, put $1,000 in. And then if it continues to go down, you've not lost a bunch of money. You only lost a small portion of your portfolio. That's the way that I'm playing altcoins right now. But overall, for me, just trading and focusing on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana when it comes to the trades, taking short-term trades, mid-term trades, has been really working out as far as trading strategy goes. We've been annihilating it recently, and congratulations if you've been following along, because we have been doing a very fantastic job at making all the right calls. And all of the right calls have been short positions, and the chat doesn't seem to realise that because of the amount of hate that I seem to get down there. So do you want to show me some love? Somebody say something nice in the comment section. I need an ego boost. And drop a like on the video while you're at it. Thank you all very much for watching. I'm going to head back to the track now, but the trades aren't over. We're still short, and I'll continue to short until Bitcoin is maybe... I still think 50k is possible. People say, oh, you said 50k and then you said it'll go up to 110. Yeah, I think like that and then that. That's what I think. Anyway, doesn't matter what I think. Market's going to do what it's going to do, innit? It's our job to predict it. Anyway, see you in a bit. Have a nice day. Subscribe, drop a like, everything like that. And check out the link for BYBIT. Have a great day. Bye. Cheers. See you later.